Here is my Security News Roundup for the week ending August 30th, 2024. Just a heads up, this may be the last episode of this series. French authorities charge Telegram CEO of facilitating criminal activities on platform. French prosecutors on Wednesday formally charged Telegram CEO Pavel Durov with facilitating a litany of criminal activity on the popular messaging platform and placed him under formal investigation following his arrest Saturday. Russian-born Durov, who is also a French citizen, has been charged with being complicit in the spread of child sexual abuse material, as well as enabling organized crime, illicit transactions, drug trafficking, and fraud. Durov has also been charged with a refusal to communicate at the request of competent authorities information or documents necessary for carrying out and operating interceptions allowed by law, according to an English translation of the press release. Could this be the start of the end of free speech as we know it? Read more at thehackernews.com. New QR code phishing campaign exploits Microsoft Sway to steal credentials. Cybersecurity researchers are calling attention to a new QR code phishing campaign that leverages Microsoft Sway infrastructure to host fake pages, once again highlighting the abuse of legitimate cloud offerings for malicious purposes. By using legitimate cloud applications, attackers provide credibility to victims, helping them to trust the content it serves. Netscope Threat Labs researcher Jan Michael Alcantara said, the attacks have primarily singled out users in Asia and North America, with technology, manufacturing, and finance sectors being the most sought-after sectors. Read more at thehackernews.com. Critical WPML plugin flaw exposes WordPress sites to remote code execution. A critical security flaw has been discovered in the WPML WordPress multilingual plugin that could allow authenticated users to execute arbitrary code remotely under certain circumstances. The vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2024-6386 with a CVSS score of 9.9, impacts all versions of the plugin before 4.6.13, which was released on August 20th, 2024. Arising due to missing input validation and sanitization, the issue makes it possible for authenticated attackers with contributor-level access and above to execute code on the server. WPML is a popular plugin used for building multilingual WordPress sites. It has over 1 million active installations. Read more at thehackernews.com. Illinois County leaks over 470,000 critical voter documents. One of the largest state counties in Illinois, St. Clair County, has had its voter data exposed. The county clerk's office leaked sensitive documents used to verify voter registration lists. Voter data is among the most crucial cornerstone of any functioning democracy. However, the Cyber News research team has discovered that the St. Clair clerk's office leaked nearly 500,000 documents used to identify voters in the Illinois county. The exposed instance includes paperless online voter applications, national change of address applications, and applications for vote by mail ballot. All these applications reveal a treasure trove of voter information. I wonder if this was really an accidental leak. Read more at cybernews.com. China's Volt Typhoon exploits zero-day in Versa's SD-WAN director servers. China's notorious Volt Typhoon group has been actively exploiting a zero-day bug in Versa Network's director servers to intercept and harvest credentials to be used in future attacks. The bug, now patched and tracked as CVE 2024-39717, affects all versions of Versa Director prior to 22.1.4 and has to do with a feature that lets users customize the look and feel of its graphical user interface. If you're still using an old version, update. Read more at darkreading.com. Sonic Wall pushes patch for critical vulnerability in Sonic OS platform. Network security company Sonic Wall has identified a critical vulnerability in its Sonic OS platform that can be exploited to gain unauthorized access and, in certain conditions, cause the company's firewalls to crash. In a security advisory issued Thursday, the company gives the vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2024-40766, a CVSS score of 9.3. The related entry in the National Vulnerability Database does not have a score assigned as of this article's publication. Sonic Wall says the issue affects its Gen 5 and Gen 6 firewall devices, as well as Generation 7 firewall devices that are operating on Sonic OS version 7.0.1-5035 and earlier. To be safe, apply the latest patch. Read more at cyberscoop.com. Car makers are still selling drivers' data, U.S. officials demand the FTC investigate. On July 26th, Senators Ron Wyden and Edward J. Markey issued a letter to FTC Chair Lena S. Khan asking the regulatory leader to investigate the continued practice of car manufacturers collecting and then selling the driving data of its customers, which includes information like the exact time, distance, speed, and braking behavior of every auto trip. This data is then offered to insurance companies. Companies should not be selling Americans data without their consent, period. But it is particularly insulting for automakers that are selling cars for tens of thousands of dollars than to squeeze out a few additional pennies of profit with consumers' private data. The senators write. Read more at Mashable.com. Town of Plymouth falls victim to costly social engineering scam. The town of Plymouth is searching for answers after it recently fell victim to a social engineering scam, according to a Facebook post from the office of Mayor Joseph Kilduff. Two payments, each worth $104,150, were reportedly sent to scammers and have not yet been returned. Kilduff said that he recently met with the town's finance director, and both individuals mutually agreed it was in the town's best interest for her to resign immediately. According to Kilduff, one of the town's vendors was hacked by fraudulent actors over a month ago, and the breach went unnoticed. Read more at fox61.com. This week's must-see on my YouTube channel. The Evolution of Social Engineering Scams. Discover the dark art of social engineering, where deception and manipulation have evolved into one of the most significant threats in cybersecurity. Please watch my video on that topic by following the link listed. Did you know? The word nerd was first coined by Dr. Seuss. The next time someone calls you a nerd, just remember you're in a book by Dr. Seuss. How cool is that? Sea otters hold hands when they sleep to avoid drifting apart. A little clingy, but in the most adorable way possible. Horses can't vomit, so no need to worry about your horse making a mess after a wild night out. Just thought you might want to know. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Thanks to John Wooden. And that's a wrap of this week's Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, And thanks for watching and listening.